Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen. Today we have a lovely guest. We're going to let her introduce herself. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Toinette Watson, newly Dr. Toinette Watson. I just earned my doctorate degree. I walked the stage. It was amazing. So I am a doctor in educational leadership. And yeah,
Congratulations.
it was a
That's
thrill. It was so
exciting.
exciting. So that's one of my biggest highlights, but there's so much more to me. I wear so many hats, like so many women. I'm sure the both of you. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a full-time employee. I am a sister, a daughter, a cousin, a best friend, a mentor, and all of my roles, I love them. One of my biggest roles and what brought me here to you all today is that I am a two-time surrogate mother. Woohoo!
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know, right? My first surrogate baby, he currently lives in France with his family.
Okay.
He is now 3 years old this year. And uniquely, I had my second surrogate baby, which was a girl, on my birthday, May 19th.
Oh,
So yeah,
sweet.
I delivered my surrogate baby on my birthday. It's so special. So we share a very special day. And she just turned 1 year old this past May.
Oh,
Wow, you've been busy,
cool.
girl.
Yeah.
I've been busy. I've been pregnant. I've been studying a doctoral program. I also have a 5 year old that demands so much of me. I am wife to an in-home baker. And,
Oh.
so I am officially, the ultimate dishwasher. Okay. I do it all, but I'm so proud to be where I'm at in life. And I am extremely grateful to be here with you all today.
I just want to digress a little. I bet your house smells amazing all the
All
time.
the time.
All the time.
All the time. It's so
Oh,
hard to
oh,
not
eat
get
it.
a little piece. I'm like,
Oh, I'm sure. I'd be a diabetic in a heartbeat.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'd
I'm
be
just like,
400 pounds. I'd be like, oh, give it to me. I'm a
I
stress
have to
eater.
stay away. I have to stay away. But
Oh, how
yeah,
fun.
check her out.
Yeah.
Her Instagram handle is Sweet Work of Art. So
Oh,
Sweet
that's
work.
awesome.
That's
I
cute.
love
I like
that.
that.
Very
I
cute.
like that. Okay, well, the one question I know we have a lot to talk about, so we'll put it in
yes.
compartments.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I figured we'll just start with how you even came to know about surrogacy.
Yeah.
So one of my older cousins, she was a surrogate. And I was like, okay, never, well, I'm not gonna say never, but it was a little foreign to me. So I watched her go through her experience and I was like, wow, that's interesting. But at that time, it wasn't something that I was like, I want to do that. I was like, you go, girl, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm here to support
Yeah.
you. But
Totally.
then some time had went by and I'm the type of person that I'm always looking for more. Like, what's my purpose in life? I was on a purpose driven mission
Okay.
and it just dawned on me. My family is, I call it eclectic. It's a little different. It's not your traditional. I'm using air quotes here,
I
blah, blah,
know.
Okay.
blah. It's not your traditional family. I've been, me and my wife and I, we've been married for 17 years. Well, not 17. We've been married for 7 years, together for 17 years.
Well,
Wow.
congratulations.
That's even a long
Congratulations.
time anyway.
Oh my God.
And we always dreamed to have a family. So we gave birth to our baby girl 2017. And I was just looking for fulfillment. And I just wanted to give someone that same joy that someone had graciously given to me and my family. Like it took someone to give an intimate piece of themselves for two women. Obviously, we need some sperm.
Right.
To have a family. And that was my moment. And I was a little nervous to talk to my wife about it because I didn't know how she was going to take it. But then when I finally got the guts to say, hey, this is what I want to do, she was like, yes, let's go for it. And I just felt so blessed to have our daughter and to hold her and just be grateful for the giving people. And, I wanted to give that to someone else, to give that to another family. And it's
Wow.
been like one of the best decisions that I've ever made outside of having my own daughter, but it's been the best decision that I've made in my life so far. It truly has been.
It's got all the feel goods with it, right? It's like every
It
time you
does.
smile, every time you talk about a Surro baby. I do
You
anyway.
can't
It's
help
like,
it.
right?
You
Yeah. Yeah.
so
So
yeah,
sweet.
that's a little insight, but that was like one of my main reasons. I was introduced through a family member.
Okay.
I was kind of like, but
Yeah.
then after having my daughter, I was like, I have to pay it forward. Like, how
Aw.
can I do that? And then
Yeah.
surrogacy was just it.
Did you use an agency or did you go independent?
So I did use an agency.
Okay.
I did go the agency route just because it was very new to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Google can be your best friend or it can be your enemy.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
after Dr. Google helped me out to make my decision, I decided to go with the agency.
Okay.
Okay.
And I one more question on that one. What drew you to that particular agency? Did you just call the first one that popped up or did you interview a few of them?
It was a
Okay.
solely through referral and
Okay.
recommendation.
Okay.
Some people had great experience and they were like, yes, let's go for it. And one of the biggest things in this surrogacy space, is with women of color,
Okay.
and just being in a space to where you feel welcome and where you're not going to be judged,
Right.
and where our sincerity is like taken seriously.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day in
No, it
this
is.
space.
Seriously.
But it was heartfelt, it was warming, it felt right. So I just went with it. And both journeys were amazing. Beautiful couples,
Aw.
beautiful families, and I don't regret any decisions that I've made.
Oh my gosh.
Did you have a wish list of a couple or an intended parent that you wanted to work with, or were you open to any family?
You know what? I was open. I was open. Coming from the community that I am with the LGBTQ community,
Mhm.
being in a lesbian relationship, I one of my top number ones was like, I want to do this for a same-sex couple, but I'm not going to miss out or skip any blessings.
Okay.
So both families, they were husband and wife, which is fine. I'm not discriminating,
No,
on
yeah, for sure.
anyone at whatsoever. But if I do decide to go on a third journey, which I'm like, I'm over the fence a little bit, I'm straddling it. But if I do decide to do a third journey, it will be with a same-sex couple.
Okay.
Aw, very sweet.
Yes.
That's very sweet. Did you do agency for both journeys?
Yes, I did. The same agency.
Same agency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yeah,
good.
I did the same agency. I did.
So how old was your daughter when you started the process?
Yeah.
She was 2.5.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So she saw mommy's tummy get bigger, not like
Yes, she did.
big
Yeah.
comprehension there, just like cool, mommy's
Yeah.
tummy's bigger.
Mhm.
Okay.
That first journey.
Yeah.
Now the second journey, she was a little older, so she's like, what's going on? And she wanted to know. So really cute. We bought this book off of Amazon. It's called The Kind Koala.
Yeah.
And I recommend it for any surrogate that has small children. It's very comprehensive. It's easy to understand. And short story short, it's just about a koala family who the mommy's pouch didn't work. So the baby was carried in another mommy's pouch. And then the koala baby was born. And then there you have the kind koala.
There
So
you go.
It's a very cute book. I had a couple, my second couple was from Australia and they gave my son that exact same book. So we have that book.
yes.
It's a very cute book. When it came time to matching, did you get to pick or was your profile sent out?
I created a profile, so I sent over pictures and we did all of that. And it was presented to the families now, and then they came back to me and said, hey, there's a family that's interested, here's their profile.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to view their profile. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so excited the first time. I was like, I love them. I love them. Yes.
So funny.
I was like, it was just so sweet, and it all worked out, which everybody's like really shocked by that because everyone's not so lucky to but it was an amazing experience. The one thing with that is because they were French, we did have that language barrier.
I was gonna ask.
But it didn't really get in the way. I mean, we were on WhatsApp. I video called them during appointments. I left them messages. They would call me with translators. We had like this amazing experience. We really did.
Wow.
Did they come over at any time prior to birth? Like, did you meet?
No, because keep in mind, this was in 2020, COVID.
Okay.
So I had me a sterile COVID baby.
When did you transfer in 2020?
So I transferred late 2019 in December.
Okay.
So then I had an August baby. So August of 2020.
Okay.
So literally all of 2020, I was pregnant.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So before I jump to that question, how did your pregnancy go?
The pregnancy went well. I have smooth pregnancies. Like,
knock on wood, that's great.
Knock on wood. Like, women kind of look at me like, ew, I can't believe you're so happy,
Cute.
And I'm like, it's all good. So the pregnancy went well. I did everything with the scare of COVID. I'm sure the parents were terrified, right? So I did everything that I could to assure them that I was staying healthy. I was taking care of myself. I practically stayed in the house. I really didn't go many places. I didn't visit anyone's home. I stayed clear as far away from people as I possibly could, because I mean, that was what was happening in the world. And I didn't want to jeopardize myself or the pregnancy in any way. So it was definitely a quarantine.
Yeah. So how does because if we're still in COVID, are they even here for the birth? Like, how do they get here?
Oh my goodness. So when it came to delivery, the embassy was allowing travel for certain reasons. And so they had to submit an application for travel.
Wow.
The embassy was so backed up with travel that a lot of agencies, including the one that I was with, was asking surrogates if they would be willing to take babies home. Sadly, many parents, especially from China, did not make it to the United States for their babies to be born.
Right.
And they didn't get to hold their babies for the first time until they were about 5 or 6 months old.
Wow. That's heartbreaking.
For my family, they made it hours before delivery. They asked me you're talking about pressure.
Yeah.
They asked me 3 days before delivery because they still hadn't got clearance to travel through the embassy. They asked me 3 days before delivery if I would be willing to take the baby home. They said, we will pay for everything, anything you need. We'll bring it to you. And that really put me in a tough space because in my home, it's not just me, I have a home. There's a family here. There's, so I was like, well, let's just see if they make it. So I didn't make a decision right then and there. I just wanted to focus on delivery. They made it. They sent me a video message, and it's like, hi, Toinette, we're here. We're going to meet you at the hospital. They literally made it maybe like 18 hours before my schedule, because I had a scheduled C-section.
Okay, I was going to say, how did we know when delivery was? Okay,
so I had a scheduled C-section. Okay. And so they made it within hours. They were there. They didn't miss their baby's birth. It was a beautiful moment. The nurses were so nice to us. They kind of snuck them in the room together so we can have that moment together. So nice. We took pictures. They held their baby. It was amazing. It was everything that we thought it would be, even during COVID.
Yeah. You lucked out. Yeah.
It's amazing that they were allowed in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amazing.
Were they allowed in the surgical room or in the room where you were recovering?
Recovery room.
Okay.
Recovery room. Yeah. Cool. I decided to for both surrogacy journeys, I wanted my wife with me in the operating room.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, especially if you know you're having a C-section, then
yeah.
one, everybody can mentally prepare beforehand, even when it comes to matching. And two, like your wife,
That's your
you
support.
need your wife
17 years.
with
That's
you.
your support.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
You need
Yeah.
her with you.
Wow.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
Okay, wait. So how, because now they have to get a birth certificate and a passport for that baby.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
they're stuck in the States
Yes.
for
Yes.
how long?
They were here for 3 weeks, 3
Oh,
to
that's
4
not
weeks
bad.
after the baby was born.
That's great.
We had to, during the hospital stay, I was with him a little bit longer probably than everyone intended because they were working out the logistics of documentation.
Okay.
So once we got all that cleared away, they were able to, get their baby. And then they had to wait for birth certificates, and all of the legal documentation to process. And again, COVID had everything backed up. So his first 4 weeks of life was here in the United States.
Okay. That's really not bad when you think about it, because I've heard people months. So you're lucky
Yeah.
with the 4. Did you
Yeah.
pump, Toinette? Did you pump?
I did not pump. I
Okay.
did not pump.
I
They
didn't.
didn't. They opted out of pumping and breast milk, but it was so cool because since they were here, we spent time together.
Oh,
So
nice.
they invited us to their timeshare. My daughter was able to meet the baby and hold him, and they came to my home. We welcomed them with open arms. I made a little scrapbook for them, and we exchanged gifts, and it was just a beautiful experience.
That's so cool.
That's very
It
sweet.
really is.
So
I'm
your
so happy.
daughter comprehended baby was here now and not in mommy's tummy anymore. Because she's what,
Yes.
2.5, 3 at that point?
She was about 3.
Okay.
About
Yeah.
3.
She wasn't confused. We get a lot of this, people say,
Yeah.
oh, it's so detrimental and negative towards the children of the surrogates.
No.
Whatever. I will ask you, was it negative?
It was not. It was not. Both journeys, it was a beautiful experience, both journeys. And I don't know if it was because of the comprehension level. Everybody's child is different.
Right.
Sure.
My daughter, her comprehension level is above her age, even at that time. So she understood that mommy was just babysitting, we only have one daughter. You're our everything. So we made it all about her.
So
sweet.
She was okay with that because we made it all about her.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And during the process, now you said your wife was on board when you said, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Was she like super supportive during the pregnancy and just,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was a brat, so she had no choice. But she was, yes, she was definitely super supportive. Anything that I needed, it wasn't, some women say that there's a difference with their significant other when it's their child versus the surrogacy pregnancy. But with us, it was no difference. She was just as loving, just as caring.
Who gave you your shots?
I did my own shots.
Yes, you go, girl.
But she's a doctor now. Hello.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying she can handle the needles.
I did my own shots. I let her do my shots one time, and I was like, never again.
Right. That's right.
I'd rather do it myself, know. So
Yep. Did you use a mirror? Did you use a mirror and kind of turn around and do it, or did you just turn your head like?
I used the long mirror. I put the ice. They say don't use the ice pack, but the ice pack helped me because it numbs the spot.
Yes.
So I just ice pack it up. I walk around with ice packs on my booty for about 15 minutes, and then I just go for it.
There you go. Good for you. Good for you.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Bless
a
your
control
heart.
thing for me. So I would never let anybody touch me with a needle except myself. It's a control thing. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. So how quickly after birth of the first surrogate baby are you like, okay, time for round 2, time to do this again?
About a little bit over a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit over a year to where I was like, let's go again. Let's do another journey.
Okay.
So that's what we decided, and that's what we went for.
Can I ask a question? Were you getting your doctorate at the time you started your second journey, or how did that come into play? Like,
Yes, I was already in the midst of a doctoral program when I decided to start the second journey.
do you just love to take it all on? Like you're a multitasker?
You know what? It's I don't know. Sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. Like I'm like all gas and no brakes sometimes. And it's
That's so
like
funny.
I have my mind, like I'm the type, if I start something, I'm seeing it through.
Okay.
If I know that I'm not going to be able to finish, I'm not going to start it.
Perfect.
So I'm just all gas, no brakes. Like I felt good, and I don't want to take all the credit. And the reason why I have been so successful is because I have an amazing support system.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
an amazing support system. I couldn't do this without them. So I give my success, I dedicate my success to my support system, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it. And I stayed healthy during my pregnancy. My blood pressure never was up. I didn't have gestational diabetes. I stayed healthy, ate a lot of pancakes, but
Okay.
Pancakes.
That's okay.
Love it.
IHOP knew me very, very well. You know,
Oh my
IHOP
gosh.
they give the free stacks of
Yep.
pancakes when you do the survey.
Yes.
And so they knew me. I would bring my laptop for work. I was in there. They were like, "Oh, we know where you want to sit. We know what you want." And I would go to IHOP and literally just tip and have a whole meal. They bring me orange juice and pancakes.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, are pancakes just a thing you do when you're pregnant, or are you just a pancake person?
It was just something that I did.
In pregnancy.
It was something that I did. I craved pancakes, and
Could
I
be
did
worse
not
things.
hold back. And guess what? My thighs are paying for it right now.
Hey, you know what? I would take an increase in my thighs than an increase in like my stomach or my arms or anything like that. So,
It's
Oh, I
just
love
the
it.
thighs. I was
That's
like,
cute.
and now when I do my squats, I'm like, I gotta work off these pancakes.
So
that's
funny.
cute. That's cute.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so your second surrogacy journey, right? You decide you're going to do it. You go back to the same agency. How quickly are you matched?
I matched pretty fast. I matched pretty fast. And it was another thing. Like it was, they already had my profile. I was able to update some pictures, share my experience, because at this time I'm a two-time surrogate mama, right? So definitely highlight the experience from the first journey. And we have a couple for you. And I was like, well, let me see their profile. And I was like, I love them. Know, they were right here in my hometown in San Diego. Yes.
That's awesome.
That is
so the second journey was completely different than the first.
I bet.
The second journey was a lot more intimate because they were here. Yeah. COVID was kind of still happening, but it was kind of like easing up. So, they were able to take turns coming to the doctor's appointments. We were there. We had family dinners together. They wanted a baby shower, so we had a baby shower. They wanted a maternity shoot, so we did the maternity shoot. Those are the pictures that you see on my website.
I did some research on you. Yep.
Yeah. And it just made for a much more intimate experience, which made postpartum recovery just a little bit more difficult.
Because it was more of an attachment. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But well, hold on, because you said attachment, and I don't want people that are spectators to come out. It's not to the baby. It was more so to the couple and that journey.
Let's talk about it. Let's clear it up.
Let's clear
it up.
Go ahead.
So I wouldn't necessarily say attachment. It was missing the baby in the belly, in the womb. Like I had moments where, when you're pregnant, your body's like you're gonna have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee. And you're gonna struggle getting up, and you're gonna waddle to the bathroom. And so I had moments in postpartum where I would wake up expecting to have to go to the bathroom, expecting to feel the baby moving. and it would kind of, I'm like, oh, okay, there's no baby. Okay, well, let me just lay here and kind of just like, decompress. So it wasn't an attachment thing. I think because we were so close, it was so intimate,
Yeah.
it just
Sure.
made the recovery a little different. So we're going to take out the word attachment.
Yeah.
It was just different.
Different.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
You-
understandable. Completely
You made
understandable.
you had great people to go on an amazing journey with. It's they're
And you had a
friends.
bond. You had a
They're-
bond.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
friends. It's a deep connection. Surrogacy is a deep connection. It
It
can be.
is.
I don't want to say it always is. It can be. And
Mhm.
man, I envy you because you have two beautiful journeys so far. So I'm like,
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had two
Girl.
wonderful journeys, and we still share,
Oh.
photos and pictures and happy birthdays and holidays. And with the second journey, with this family, since they're here in my hometown, they came to my baby's birthday party. I went to the baby's first
Oh,
birthday
so
party.
nice.
We hang out, and we spend time together, and we're
So nice.
just family.
I
Yeah.
We're
love
just
that.
family.
Yep. So it
That's
should
the
be.
dream.
So it
Mhm.
should be.
Yeah.
I wish
It's a dream
all
come
surrogates could
true. It's
experience
a dream
that.
come
Yeah.
true for everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now you had to have a scheduled C-section on that one too, right? Or did you?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had 3
Okay.
scheduled C-sections.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
Yeah.
And how did your journey go? How was your pregnancy with this second surrogate baby?
It was a little bit more difficult. They air quotes here. We don't know who they is, but they say
Sure.
um each pregnancy is different. It can get more difficult. And that's kind of like what happened.
Okay.
She just made me so sick. I was nauseous
Okay.
all the way up until like 5-6 months. I
Oh.
was like extremely nauseous.
Oh.
Now, I didn't experience any like gestational diabetes
Good.
or high
Good.
blood pressure. I
Good.
just felt so sick all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Um,
Oh.
but that was the biggest struggle.
Okay.
I would say that was probably the hardest. Three C-sections in, the
Mhm.
recovery was it was harder. It was
Yeah.
definitely harder.
Yeah.
Through the recovery process. But
Okay.
I'm a champ. I'm a champ. I'm a soldier,
Yeah.
man. It just
Oh heck yeah. Oh my
Were-
gosh.
Were they allowed in the room, the surgical room, or were they watching the OR
So they had their own room.
when the
They
baby
had
was
their
born? Like
when the baby was born, in the operating room, it was just my wife.
Okay.
And then we go to recovery. Now, with them, the mother, she was very, very, very adamant about having the first contact and having the skin to skin,
Okay.
which I was fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just like, whatever you want. This is your experience.
Oh.
Whatever you want me to do, I will do it,
Sweet.
because it's already a sensitive topic or a situation
Mhm.
for a woman that has infertility issues, and to take away the control, even during the surrogacy experience, that's not for me. So I was just like, whatever you want, this your baby. You want skin to skin. And I made it very clear to the nurses going in there, like, hey, when this baby come out, let me see her,
Yeah.
but take her to her mother, please.
Oh.
We're not going to delay this. She's waiting,
Oh.
so
Love that.
Toinette, that was so
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Very
she
sweet.
did and it was so, when she has a video when they were bringing her the baby, and she had like this little shawl on,
Yeah.
and she was shaking, and she was like trying to get her shawl off, and she's like pulling it off, and she's like, she was just so shaking. She was like, oh my God, it's like the sweetest thing.
Oh.
Like, I did not want to take that away. I wanted her to have that moment.
Yeah.
And because it was so important to her. And she had that moment, and she had that bond and that connection, and that's what we're here for. Like, that's the goal.
Whose idea was to video that? Because then you got to experience that, right?
Her husband.
Very
He recorded
cool.
it. He
Very
recorded
cool.
it. Yeah.
That's very
Very
sweet.
cool.
Can I ask a naive question? Knock on wood, I've never had a C-section. So where does the baby normally go then if baby's not rushed to like the mom outside? Does baby like get Apgar done in the OR?
Yes. So let's talk about the first journey because it was different.
Yeah.
So the first journey, we had the baby, we spent some time in the OR. They did all of the, the metrics they have to do for the baby right there in the OR.
Okay.
So he spent a little bit more time in the OR. With the second journey, they did all of that, the metrics and all of that after she had her moment with the baby.
Oh,
Okay.
very sweet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Nice.
That should be standard. I like that.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
very
It's
sweet.
really cool. So you're with the C-section, you typically have to stay a few days in the hospital. Hospitals vary. It's like anywhere from 72 to, 5 days. So you're there, they're there. Are you in separate rooms? Are
We are
you
in separate rooms. Yes, they were right next door to me.
Oh, did
They
you
were right
like
next
that?
door to me.
Did you like that they were right next door?
Yes,
Okay. So
absolutely. Yes,
sweet.
it was so cool because the first day I was just relieved.
Yeah.
I had my snuggles and it was like, okay, but I'm like, okay, here you go. Here's your baby.
Love it.
Let me get some rest now, So it was cool. It was
Yeah.
perfect. The next day they came over, we spent time with each other. I get to see the baby. We played with her, we dressed her in so many different outfits. It
Oh
was
my
ridiculous.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's cute.
And yeah, I stayed in the hospital 3 days. They discharged after 2 days. So
Oh, so you were there a whole 24 hours roughly without. How was
yeah,
that? Were you okay?
I was okay.
Okay.
Yes. I
Okay.
was, you know what? I'm not even gonna front and lie. I was living the life. Like
Good.
I was ringing that bell and that buzzer. I was ordering my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Love it.
I was being waited on hand and foot.
Love it.
I was away from the home, so I wasn't like,
Right.
it was kind of like my moment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it felt good.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
That's great.
Oh
It's
my
very
gosh.
cool.
It's nice that you didn't have to stay super long.
No, 3
So,
days.
so I do want to ask a question, and we're for both journeys. And I think you might have answered it, but I just want it clarified. Did you have it in your contract, or did you just get it some alone time with the baby?
It was in the contract.
Okay. You asked for it. How much time did you ask for?
It was I didn't ask for the time. It was kind of like already there. It was presented to me as standard
Okay.
1 hour, at least an hour. So
And you got it both times, right?
I did. I got it both times. I even
Awesome.
got an abundance. I got more than that. It was,
I know. Yeah. you
it
did.
was,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Because I think it's important. I mean, we've talked about it a long time. I won't go on it, but it's important for you to just be able to go, wow, those are the fingers and those are the hands that were bopping at me. These are the feet. These are the, look, there's your head that was sitting on my bladder. Like,
Yeah.
to take it all in without anybody looking at you. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's a big deal. Yeah. It's a big deal.
I just gotta say, I might be wrong here. We've talked to a lot of people, but you are the first one that I can remember that has said that, yes, this was put in my contract. Like,
Yep.
because that's like she said, it's a conversation that we have a lot. We get a lot of backlash for it, but what if you didn't have a great journey?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, what if the baby just kind of like left, you never got to see the baby? It's like a sense of closure, especially for you and your kids too, depending.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed.
I
No, I'm
agree.
grateful. You had
Yeah.
great journeys. God, you had great journeys.
I know. Wait, so did your daughter get to come to the hospital for this
For
one?
the second one?
No, so they don't allow young children on the maternity ward.
Okay.
So she did not get to meet baby girl until a little bit afterwards, so where we connected after
Okay.
after the birth. We
Okay.
linked up and then she was able to meet her for the first time.
Okay.
And what did she think? Because she's a little older now.
Yeah.
She was in love. She's like, oh, my new baby cousin. Everybody's her cousin,
I
right?
love it.
So she's like, oh, my new baby cousin. She's so precious. Like she loves babies and she adored her and they had a great time.
That's
so cool.
very sweet.
And that little baby now is 1?
She's 1 years old. She turned 1 in May.
Wow.
Time flies.
Oh,
Amazing. And your recovery, because C-sections are hard, Toinette.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm right there with you, girl. I had 2. They're hard. And
Yes.
the recovery afterwards, after each subsequent one, is harder. Like, did you feel that you were down more after the third C-section, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt after the third C-section, I went through moments of like self-pity.
Well,
Like,
you're
because
allowed. Okay.
I was a little bit like, because I'm so used to being like so strong and being able to be there for everybody and do everything for myself. And I'm like, okay, somebody's in here wiping my butt. Like, this is not cool. Like, I need to heal. I need to be able to do this for myself. I need to, so I did. I went through, it didn't last long. It was about a week, or maybe a week and a half, to where I was like, oh my God, I'm so pitiful,
But they're hard. It's major surgery. I don't think some who aren't really familiar with C-section, I'm not saying let's do an education on it, but it's
a major surgery.
Major abdominal, and everything happens from your core. You sneeze, you're hurting. You're
exactly. Your core holds your body up together. So it is like one of the main worked muscles in your body.
Yes.
They need to come up with a different way. I mean, I know that's not possible, but like it doesn't sound pleasurable. For sure.
I'm curious, how big were these babies? Do you grow big babies?
I've had big babies. I had 8 pounds. All three. I had 8-pound babies. Yep. Charlotte was she was 8 pounds, 21 inches.
Ooh,
wow, big baby.
Awesome.
Healthy baby.
And you're not probably not 40 weeks. You're probably going earlier because of the C, right? C-section?
So I'm going, I had her at 38.
See? She would have been like 9.
Oh yeah, no. I'm like, we good. We going to get her. And let's go. It's go time.
Were the Surro babies big too?
Yes, all three. Yep, all 3 babies I've given birth to have been 8-pound babies.
You grow them right, girl.
Yeah.
It was pancakes.
There you go.
So that's the secret. That's the secret.
My gosh.
Oh my gosh. So okay, I'm truly curious. So because you have something called Wombs of Angels. I do not want to say anything wrong, so I want you to take it from here.
Yes.
All right. So Wombs of Angels was genuinely birthed. It took me over a year to present Wombs of Angels because I wanted to do it right. Birth from pure, genuine love of surrogacy. I wanted to create a brand where I can introduce women to surrogacy, especially, again, I'm going back to women of color, women of my community, because surrogacy for my community, for us women, is kind of like a taboo thing. And it's only because of the lack of education on the matter, right? And and that's where it comes, like, I want to educate people about surrogacy. I want women who are thinking about it to feel comfortable with doing this. I want it to be a positive representation of surrogacy. I wanted to build a brand where I could help women to recover from surrogacy, because I've been through it, to where it's like, after you have the baby, it's like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, peace out. Let us know if you want to do it again. But it's like, what about the recovery process? Right. It's like, for surrogacy, it hits a lot differently, because for us, there's no baby. And so I'm working on a recovery program specifically for surro mamas. Okay, I think it's so important. I think that's what's missing. That's a piece to this beautiful puzzle. Is recovery. So I just wanted to build a brand that represents surrogacy, that represents all women in surrogacy, and support the journey. And that's where the journal comes into play. So I have my journal.
Wait, hold it up. I want to see. Hold it up to the thing. Hold it.
It's
I love the artwork. Who did the artwork, Toinette?
So I worked with a creative designer. She was absolutely amazing. I mean, when I tell you, I'm very particular.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I drove her crazy, but she designed the journal. She designed the logo and the name just, I wanted to be unique and I wanted to be authentic. And when I talk about my surrogacy journeys, I tell people I've birthed 3 families. Um, I'm a baby mama. No, I've birthed 3 families from my womb. And when we were creating the logo, I'm like, well, what are we gonna call it? What am I gonna say? And I just put so much time and thought into it to where one day it just dawned on me because I say womb a lot. And people say, you're such an angel. You're such an angel. And I hear it, you know, we hear it a lot when it comes to surrogacy. You're such an angel. You're such an angel. And I'm like, wombs of angels. Like, right? It just came. And then you know how you're jotting down notes and you're brainstorming and you're going through it. And once I wrote Wombs of Angels, it just stuck. I couldn't think past it. I couldn't think of anything else. And so that was it. It was Wombs of Angels. And then comes the journal, grow through it, because surrogacy is something that we grow through. You know, it pushes us mentally, it pushes us physically. And at the end, we come through as, brighter women, and we're able to share our experiences and our growth through it. So that's where the growth through it comes from. So that's Wombs of Angels.
So the journal.
Yes.
Is the only way people get that is to go to your website to order it, or are you partnered with anybody who gives that to their own, to
like
the
Amazon or something
through their agency?
Oh.
Well, I'm kind of curious if you're partnered with agencies who give it to their, like with a
So
bump.
that is exactly what my goal is. That is what I'm working on. I've partnered with a few agencies. They've bought a few of them at a time. I am offering, I don't want to say the word bulk because that scares people. When you think bulk, you think a lot, right? But I'm offering agencies the chance to purchase multiple journals to where they can include it into their surrogates welcome kit.
Nice.
The reason why I like tangible things. Okay, let's talk about why journaling, because we're in a virtual world, right?
Yes.
And this journal focuses on wellness. Okay, it's all about the wellness of the surrogate. So it's really thick. It's a book. It's hardcover. It focuses on self-care activities, nutrition. There's nutritional guides, there's nutrition trackers, exercise guides, exercise trackers, just really a space for decompression, to kind of break away from the world and just really give time to think through the journey and document the journey. And it's a keepsake. Like, this can be passed down for generations to come. It's your story, and it's your surrogacy story that deserves, a round of applause. It deserves to be shared throughout the generations. And it has affirmations. It has the affirmations that I stood on. There's a page of affirmations that I went by throughout my surrogacy journey. There's sentence starters. Sometimes, we have so much to say, we don't know what to say. And so it's like, I'm going to journal today, and you open the page and you just stare at it and it's blank, right?
Right.
So there's a page of sentence starters. So it's just really focused. It's a space for surrogates to decompress, reflect, organize. There's a year's worth of calendar space in there, contact list, selfie, where you can put the photos and sonograms. And it just really takes the surrogates through the journey from beginning to end. There's medication trackers and calendars, and the 14-day wait for your beta. There's a lot
of it all
in the journal. Yes, I put it together very thoughtfully,
it sounds like it.
carefully, and very thoughtfully.
So have you gotten feedback on, like, are women just like in love with it?
Yeah, so it's selling, and I'm trying to encourage women to like, hey, share it, get on social media. I have a few women that have shared that they've purchased the journal. They're excited for it. I have a couple that are actually working on putting together videos for me. So those are going to be coming out really soon. Rachel, she's documenting and she's going through the journal and she's tracking her journey. So far, so good. Wombs of Angels, it's a new business, it's a growing business. And I really want to encourage agencies to encourage their surrogates to document and journal their experience, because I know women who's been through surrogacy and they're like, man, I wish I would have like, you go through, you're telling people about your journey and you have nothing to show for it. You can't, in this journal, it has like the tabs for the trimesters. It's really organized. You can go through it and say, okay, how was I feeling in my second trimester? Right. Let's flip to the tab. Let's see, let's see what was going on in my life. Like, so it's important to document the journey. It really is.
I think, and like you said, we're all in this virtual digital world, that to have things tangible, you use that word as well. Yes. To me, like it speaks volumes. Like I so wish I would have had one of those, because when Kennedy and I started this podcast, she started asking me for pictures of when I was pregnant with my surrogate baby. Like I have one. I'm like, what? I don't even know where it is. I had to dig through folders. That would have been so helpful. And if you do multiple journeys, you could do a journal for each one.
Exactly.
Right?
And you start your own collection, and it's a conversation piece. Like put it on your mantle with the rest of your books. Like this becomes your legacy.
I love it.
Surrogacy it becomes a part of your legacy.
Yeah.
And in the book it has photo spaces. You can see kind of
really cool.
It says my village. That's your support group. That's right in the beginning, because that's what's important. Yeah. It has a picture opportunity for, for the parents. It has, baby bumps, as you continue to grow. It has, the keep calm, it's transfer day,
love it.
I graduated from the fertility clinic, so
it's a big day.
Ultrasound. So it's so important. I think it's really important for women to kind of like break away, get off social media for a second, decompress a little bit, get into your journal and capture your journey.
And it can be therapeutic too. Like writing is so therapeutic, right? Yes. Yeah. And it can declutter your brain.
Beautiful coloring pages.
Oh, I love it.
That one says your purpose. This one says grow through it.
Oh, so fun.
Oh, that's beautiful. It really is.
This one says birth a miracle.
Oh, I
love the butterfly.
That.
Love it.
There's activities in here. There's self-care activities. I even have a self-care bingo.
Oh,
right. Let's take care of ourselves, ladies. There's self-care bingo.
Toinette, if somebody wants to get a journal, how do they get one?
Yes, let's talk about it. So if you want to purchase a journal from Wombs of Angels, you can go to www.wombsofangels.com. Go straight to the website. I am offering up at this time a promotional code for listening to your podcast. So the promotional code is SSSurrogate10. So you put that in and you will get your 10% discount on the journal. You can also find it it's on Etsy, it's on Amazon. So anywhere where you like to shop, by all means, but just go directly to the website. You can access the website from my Instagram handle, and in the link tree, it's there. And
I found you just by Googling it. I found you. I just Googled and boom, you came right up.
That makes me happy. Yeah.
Yep, that's because I am technically challenged.
Because it's so challenging you're trying to, like, this whole time I spent a lot of energy figuring out, like, how do I get this in front of people? How do I how do
Wow.
I get agencies to see what I see and believe in what I believe and, you know, respond back to me and answer my email, you know?
Well,
I hear that.
I think surrogates who use the journal are going to be your biggest
Absolutely.
what do you call that, advertisement, and they'll go back to their agency and say, listen, this was super helpful for me, like you maybe you could include that, or maybe you could have a raffle or whatever. But
Yeah,
I love it. I love the idea. I really do.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm gonna buy one because I'm going on my 4th journey, and so
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations. Yes.
Yes. So
Awesome.
I will definitely be buying one.
So are
Thank
you
you, Miss Kennedy. Yes, I look forward to following you in your journey, and I'll be on the lookout for your order and any other women that you can encourage to
Yeah.
document their journey and focus on their wellness. Because I think with the agencies, and I'm not saying anything bad about agencies,
Nope.
but at the end of the day, they are a business.
Yes.
Okay. And they are a business that operate off of money, funds, right? So let's care a little bit more about our surrogates. Let's give them something tangible and that can help them through their journey. We love fun stuff. I'm not saying, you know, stop giving the, you know, the cute socks and t-shirts and those things are fun, but let's give something tangible and real for them to stay organized. You two ladies, you've been on the journeys. You know how difficult it is to keep up with appointments, medication. Like there's so many different things to keep up with.
So much.
You know what I used to do with my medication calendar? Because this was like decades ago. I used to print it out and enlarge it and put it on the bathroom mirror and take a pen when I was done and cross it out. Okay, that day's done. Like I didn't have all of this. I didn't have, I would have loved it. I would absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that with the journal, if a surrogate wants to, they can surprise their IPs with it at the end and be like, look, if in case your baby ever wants to look back at it or like has questions like, what did I crave here and what this and what,
absolutely.
You know? That's what I mean, huge seller. Just it's just amazing all around. It benefits everybody, I feel.
It does. Because you can't remember all this stuff at the end of a journey and go, oh, wait a minute, I liked pancakes, or oh, wait a minute, I liked apple juice. Like,
and some fun things about the journal. So it has a page for communication.
Oh, fun.
Okay. How to communicate with the baby's parents. You know, what's important, you know. There is a birth plan in here.
Oh, love that.
Okay, how to prepare. There's things that you have to put into place. There's, you know, care coordination, making sure documentation is in place, making sure everyone's on the same page with what are we to do with the baby when the baby is born. You know, that's really important. Surrogates, let's pack your bag. There's a checklist. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
There is a checklist. For things to bring to keep to make sure that you stay comfortable. Again, this is a very unique experience. Being in the hospital after having a baby 3 days and there's no baby. It can be a ride, you know, it can be challenging. So I have a little pack your bag, you know, birth checklist in there. So it's really thoughtful. It's really thoughtful specifically for surrogates. And we want to encourage, you know, the surrogates to document their journey.
Self-care. I love it. Absolutely. Love it.
I think what you've come up with is beautiful and helpful and just
once it gets, just spread the word, like, you know, like maybe this will help. And so if people just know about it. Do you have other products on there, Toinette, or just the journal right now?
So far it's just the journal right now. I'm really pushing obviously the marketing and the sales. As soon as I get to a certain point, I am going to pick up more products. I have awesome, you know, products in mind, but you know, we have to go one step at a time.
Agreed.
I will be having pins that people can, you know, purchase fun little things for those who want to support, want to spread the word, but don't necessarily need a journal. So we got some things going on. And it comes with, let's talk about what it comes with. It comes with this pouch.
Oh, so sweet.
That's
You
so
put it in
pretty.
there
Live with purpose, on purpose, hold on, and with great purpose.
That's
That's
great.
dynamic.
And it's a soft velvet.
Is
It's
it
a soft-
purple?
It is purple.
It's beautiful.
It is purple. So the journal can, let's show you how
It has
it
a
goes.
pretty place to be.
The journal goes right inside, and you can just tie it up and you can keep it inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
You thought of it all, Toinette. I can't. I'm so excited.
Did. And there's a pin. There's a pin.
Oh
it has this cute little.
It's glittery.
It has this cute little charm on it. It says Wombs of Angels on it. It's rose gold. It's gorgeous.
What's the charm?
The
Is it a
charm
heart?
is a little star.
Oh, it's a star.
So
Okay.
cute. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see it now. I see it.
Cute.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So that all comes as a package. You get the
It
cover,
all
you
comes
get
as
the
a
journal,
package.
and you get the pen.
Yes.
Nice.
Super nice.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
excited
Thank you for
about
sharing
this.
all that, Toinette. That was a lot to share, and I appreciate you doing it with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me, opening up your platform for me to share Wombs of Angels and this awesome product.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to
Yes.
speak with us and share about it and share your journeys along
Yes.
with this wonderful journal that you've created for the community.
Go on another
Thank
one.
you. You're welcome. I know.
Right?
Okay, so the thing about another journey, okay, let's talk about it real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
My family wants another baby. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I am straddling the fence because honestly, I'll give my family another baby. It's not even about if I want another child. You know, sometimes we do things outside of ourselves. You know, I've always been stuck on one baby. That's all I need. That's all I need in life is my one baby. But there is talk about expanding the family. And so next year we'll see who baby mama I'm gonna be.
Okay. To be determined.
Either way,
I'm gonna be somebody's baby mama next year. I told my wife, somebody having a baby next year, okay?
Oh my gosh.
This time it might come home with us. You never know.
So,
Right.
Yeah. So my daughter's asking for a sibling. Everybody's telling me it's time for a sibling.
Oh, sweet.
So
sweet.
we'll see.
That's sweet. That's
well, all the best to you in that decision. All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a tough one.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Agreed.
And because you've had a couple C-sections, right? Because I don't know where you're based at, but in California, a lot of the fertility clinics, they cut you off after a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something to take into consideration as well. But
yeah.
I'm strong and I've had uncomplicated pregnancies.
Right.
I feel well.
Yes.
So that's also taken into consideration when you're deciding your birth plan.
100%. 100%. I know. I always hate it when the IVF doctors are like, well, it's this and this. And it's like, but I know my body and I know me and I'm pretty sure I'm better at knowing my body than the person who just met me. So yeah.
Hey, whatever's supposed to be, Toinette, it's going to be because you have a light around you. You're just doing all good. All good, girl. All good.
Thank you.
Yes. No, thanks so much for joining us. I learned a lot.
Thank you for having me.
A lot.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to tell everybody to listen. I'm going to put some hype up on it.
Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
You're welcome. You too. Thank you for having me. Good night, ladies.
Our pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She is so well spoken.
Gosh, that journal's amazing.
No, it's
amazing.
So cool. It's like, and it's not like it's thick. Like
it's a book
together. I know.
It's so nice.
And it's so detailed and intimate and like,
bring your pens. You're sitting at a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
You can draw. And the medication, everything about it. Like, I totally wish I would have had something like, I really, really do. Because I'm an organized person, but when it comes to that, there's a lot to keep track of.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah. And it's just so wonderful. Like honestly, I'll get it for I'm not kidding. I'm gonna get it for this journey, and
I
at the
think
end,
it'd be
I'll
cool.
probably give it to my IPs and just be like, in case your kid ever has any questions, like there you go, and like pictures.
You wouldn't want to keep it for you?
No, because I'll just probably document everything that I want to keep on like social media.
Oh,
So
there
like
you go.
why do I care what I craved?
That's interesting.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? I feel
Gotcha.
like being a kid, it's like, Mom, what did I make you like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's me.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Mom, what did I make you crave when you were pregnant with me?
Yeah.
So it's more like, hey,
That's
Mom,
cool.
what did I crave when I was in the womb or
Yeah,
whatever,
I like it. That's
Yeah.
fun.
So,
Awesome.
well, thank you so
Oh,
much,
thank you.
Toinette. Wonderful. You are a wonderful human being, wonderful heart. Congratulations on your doctorate. Like,
I was just gonna say that. Oh my gosh. And she did that while she was doing a surrogacy. Can you help me with this? I'm
she
like, oh,
did that at all. Like the fact
right.
she just did it at all. Like
She
you
gave a lot
couldn't.
of props to her village, and I really commend
Yeah,
her for
she
that.
did.
It's awesome.
She did. Well, if anybody else has any stories or questions they'd like to share, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Stop.Sit.Surrogate. And this has been another episode of Stop Sit Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.